Hey there, I'm Nicole King. I'm the broker owner of 41 Realty Group. I am here today with Linda Brooks. She is the owner of Something Chic. They are a beautiful women's clothing store in downtown Billings. Linda, thank you so much for sitting down with us today.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have read bits and pieces of your story in Yellowstone Valley Women and other articles that have been run about you, but I just really wanted to sit down and hear your story. How did this shop come about? Also, we just had this whole discussion over men's store, women's store, combination men's, women's. Tell us why you're just a women's store, all the things.
Gosh, this all started probably from my love of fashion.
Okay.
I was that kid in the 90s that like cuffed and rolled my jeans, you know?
Yes.
And those styles have now come back.
They are back. My daughter's wearing them. My sister's wearing them.
So I've always had a love for style and fashion, and always shopped downtown Billings when Marcasa was downtown. We talked about that. Bottega Meridian was here. Always kind of dreamed of owning my own store.
Okay.
Never really knew how to start that though, because as I told you before, I'm a nurse by trade.
Yes, and still are a nurse.
Still are,
yeah.
Work per diem. So my background is healthcare. I've never taken a business class in my life.
Okay.
And then my husband forwarded an email to me that was this business plan competition called the Battle of the Plans.
Yes, do it, yes.
Please edit that out.
Okay.
Yeah, business plan competition called the Battle of the Plans. And it was put on by the Downtown Billings Alliance, Big Sky Economic Development, and the two colleges. And it introduced me to, starting the beginnings of entrepreneurship. And so I had a partner at the time, and we thought, what do we have to lose? Let's give it a try. So we entered and started working our way through that process. And
how long is that process, and what did you have to do?
So it started, my husband emailed me in about February. This was 2016. And by about April, I think it was, you had to submit your executive summary. So basically your 2-page executive summary of what your business concept was. And from that, they chose people to then go on and compete. And then so through the body of that competition, you wrote the full business plan.
Okay.
And we took classes on how to write a business plan, marketing, finance, just various different things, just to kind of learn all of that. And you had until about August to write a full business plan. So doing your research and your all your numbers and stuff to kind of make it work. And then they chose finalists from that.
Okay.
And if you were a finalist, then you gave like a 5-minute pitch to a panel of judges and tried to.
Were they investing money, or they just?
No, they were kind of people in the community. Some of them were, people that worked for Big Sky Economic Development. I think one of them was a professor at the college. I can't remember exactly who all was there, but just various individuals. So we were selected as finalists and gave our 5-minute pitch, and ended up being a runner-up. So we got second place.
Oh.
So
you didn't win. You got second place.
We got second place that first year.
Okay, the first year.
This is a long
So you did this
process.
twice. Mm-hmm. Wow. And then the second time you won.
Yep.
Okay. And then what did you get for winning that?
So when I won it actually in the second year in 2017, I won just over $20,000 in startup capital.
Awesome.
So, but after we gave our presentations right before the Thanksgiving holiday, and then they announced the winners on Small Business Saturday.
Oh, so pretty fast. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. All right. And the rest is history. This gorgeous store is the result of that.
Not quite.
Oh, okay. More to the story.
There's so much more to the story.
Okay.
So after that, when I got second, I only won about $1,000 with that. I knew I needed to, I had no money to put towards this. I didn't have, equity or anything. We didn't own a home at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, no cosigner, nothing. So I was working as a travel nurse at the time. And so I thought, well, I need to go someplace where I can make a lot more money. So in December of 2016, my husband drove me out to Portland, Oregon, to work a job out there. And then, you know, he came back to Billings. He stayed in Billings while I did travel nursing. And so tried to work.
That's dedication.
Yeah.
Real dedication.
Close
to your
to
dream.
60 hours a week if I could, because if I could get that overtime rate, it was pretty good.
Well, I'm sure.
So I did that for about 3 months in Portland, came home for a week, and then went to Pueblo, Colorado.
Okay.
Worked another contract for 3 months, came home to Billings, and worked for 3 months at Billings Clinic, and then left again and went to Denver. I worked for 3 months. So I was gone for about nine months on my own. So in that course of time, I paid off $25,000 in student loans, and then I saved $25,000 in cash
Oh my gosh.
for that, and competed in the Battle of the Plans during that time in 2017. And yeah, ended up being one of the co-winners from that. It was the same format, so.
Okay.
Yep, so that won me just over $20,000. So with that combined with my $25,000, I had $45,000.
Yeah. Which sounds like a lot of money,
It
but
does.
it doesn't go that far when you're
Really
starting a
doesn't.
business. Yeah.
No.
Yep.
So we're getting to the end of 2017, and I'm starting to get kind of prepared to approach a bank and
Sure.
whatnot. And so in the beginning of 2018, I approached 2 different banks here in Billings, and got turned down. And they suggested the Montana CDC at the time, and I believe it's now called MoFi.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's an organization to help those that can't get funding through traditional means like a bank.
Mm-hmm.
So I drove to Bozeman and met with them and gave them my whole proposal, and they called me back the next day and said that I needed $10,000 to $20,000 more in inventory, and I had to increase that with cash rather than additional debt. So I needed more money for this.
Dang it. Gotta spend money to make money. It's the worst. Yeah.
So
Okay.
that was kind of a big blow. Shed some tears then.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Debated going and doing travel nursing again, but I really didn't want to leave home. That was hard. We had bought a house in 2017
Okay.
while I was in Oregon.
Did you not see it before you closed on, or did you get to
No,
come
I
back
saw
and see?
it. I mean, I flew in Thursday night. We closed on a Friday morning, moved in Friday afternoon. I got to spend Saturday there, and then left on Sunday. Yeah, 2018's moving along, and I had been meeting a lot with my friend Janine, who's also a retail consultant.
Yeah, Janine Mix.
Yep.
Yep, I know her.
So,
Love her. Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
Met with her a lot because I'd met her through the whole course of this, and she's now one of my best friends. And just rolled around ideas, and she came up with the idea of like crowdfunding.
Okay.
And so we brainstormed, and we decided we would approach it as a VIP membership. So we structured it as a VIP membership, and for $100, you got a welcome gift. And you got, basically the big thing was you got 15% off every regular price purchase for a year.
Yep.
The caveat to that was I had to open first.
Well, there's that.
So it, very humbled by everyone who joined, you know, to believe in me, to buy into something that had not come to fruition yet. So, but the thing with crowdfunding was you had to reach your goal or you got none of it.
Oh.
So we set the lofty goal of 20,000 because I was like, I'm not going back on this.
Yeah.
If, you know, they said 10 to 20, we're just going to do 20.
Yeah.
So yeah, started marketing it, had a video created for me to help promote it. It is a crash course in marketing.
Oh, yeah, I'm
to
sure.
try to sell, you know, something like that. Held like a little mini event at the field house so people could meet me and different things. And so I got to about almost $15,000. I think I had, want to say I had 60 or 90 days for it. It might have only been 60 days.
Wow. Such a short period of time. Oh my gosh.
I was almost to about 15,000, and we're down to kind of getting the last few days. And I had to go to Florida for a wedding, and one of the surgeons I worked with, she texted me and said that whatever was left, she would cover.
What? Mm-hmm. That's amazing.
It was so amazing. I cried. I cry every time I start telling about it. So yeah, she covered about $5,000.
Thank you to that surgeon. Yes. Okay.
You know who you are.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so I had it. I had my 20,000.
Wow.
And kind of starting through the course of that time, my friend Macy, who was my architect on my build out, started talking to a guy by the name of Jeff Keller. He was at Rocky Mountain Bank. She was telling him about me, and he wanted to meet with me and see if, the story he was hearing, if I fit the bill of that. So we had coffee down at Rock Creek and told him everything, what I was trying to do. And they wanted to help me. They wanted to finance me, get me an SBA loan.
I love it.
And so,
go Rocky Mountain Bank.
That's
awesome.
I know.
Okay.
So, yeah, and that was there towards the end of 2018, and by 2019, January 2018, I went to market, did my first buying trip.
Oh my gosh. Was that also a learning experience,
Oh,
I'm sure?
For sure.
Yeah.
Janine went with me.
Yeah. I could see her hopping on that trip for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
She
had to help me navigate
her realm.
So,
yeah.
So then, worked out. Okay. Macy and her husband, Mike, he's a contractor. They did my build out, and they started working on the space in March.
Black and white's my favorite colors.
The clothes really stand out that way don't they?
They really do. I love it in here.
Thank you.
I come here as often as I possibly can.
Thank you.
It is amazing. I like to plan trips down to like Rock Creek Coffee and other places. And I like to park in front of your store because then when I'm done with my meeting, I can zip in here, buy something, zip back out.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So,
and your girls are always so helpful.
I have been extremely blessed actually with the people I've had work for me.
Yeah.
Whether it was, short-lived, it was just a, period of time, but some of them went to school, but I've had very quality people work for me, so
good.
I feel very fortunate in that aspect.
I've always loved it, so
thank you.
Yeah, it shows for sure. So what can women, I mean, there was a couple walking through here, but clearly the woman was leading the way. He wasn't doing the shopping, he was holding the bags, earlier. What can women expect when they come in here? Tell us the feel that you want to provide for them, the experience.
I wanted to feel like shopping with a best friend.
Check, for sure. Okay.
Again, talk about the gals I've had work for me, like just a friendly environment. Everyone's welcome, no pressure. Yes. And, the store, it does have probably maybe like a high-end feel, but I try to keep the majority of everything in here under $100, and so you don't have regret of overspending. Yeah. And again, I just always want someone to feel confident and empowered coming in here. And if you don't find something that day, have a great positive experience that you'd want to come back. So
I think you've accomplished that for sure.
Thank you.
I do like when I come in here, the fabrics are good quality. I'm not afraid of the price points. There's just some stores that I walk in and I know that if I want a tank top or a t-shirt or a blazer or something, I'm buying one thing or maybe two, but it's going to be a few $100s if I'm buying more than one thing. And while those are nice long-term staple items, I tend to get tired of my clothes kind of quickly. And so I can come in here and get good quality items, not overspend, but then when I'm done with it in a year or 2 years or something, I don't necessarily feel bad. It's still in great shape, even if I've worn it a bunch of times. And, I can pass it along to the next person
Yeah.
and feel okay about that. Not that I'm going
Yep.
like, I spent $400 on this thing, you know. So
Yeah.
I really love your store.
Thank you. It's probably a reflection of how I've always personally shopped.
Okay.
I think you can have a great quality and style at an affordable price.
Yeah.
And again, avoiding, what's kind of termed as fast fashion
Okay.
brands. Brands I order from, I'm ordering seasons in advance.
Okay.
So they're only producing so much. It's not
Yeah.
saturating, I guess, or it's just not
Yeah.
massive quantities of stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm not going to have the same outfit as 50 other women in Billings.
So,
Yep.
and yeah, again,
Like that.
buying quality that lasts, and yeah, when you fall in love with something, I've had those moments where you get stunned by the price tag, and you're like, ooh, and I don't love it that much.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah. Or it's, like it can't be washed. And you're like, well,
Yeah.
now what am I going to do with it? If
Yeah.
I wear it once or twice, then what? Yeah. So,
So yeah.
yeah, you've done a beautiful job curating the right mix of clothing in here.
you.
And all the accessories that you carry.
Yeah.
I always love looking through them. So, and buying them too. But looking
But yeah.
through them.
Oh yeah.
What's next on your radar? Is there a new adventure? Expanding this adventure? Tell us.
I think growing this venture more,
Okay.
really diving in more to her personal styling.
Okay. So I could call, you would know my sizes, and you'd have a dressing room ready for me?
Yeah, booking like personal
100%.
styling appointments.
Yes.
And yeah, again, like you said, knowing your sizes. Yeah, pulling some things like if you're looking for certain things.
Yeah.
I think now that we're through the pandemic, what feels like here for us.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
I can
Billings
start
is definitely
focusing
over the
on
pandemic.
things that I would have focused on maybe more in 2020 or 2021, but it was a little more of a survival mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when 2020 hit. That is when I went back to nursing too, as we talked about.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Got a nursing job, even if it was just per diem, but put my foot back in the door.
Yeah. Had to pay the bills.
Had to
right?
pay the bills, and
Yeah.
it was just an extremely uncertain time. I mean, the store wasn't even a year old when COVID hit,
but that
where
was
things kind of
scary.
started shutting down. So it's like, oh my gosh, this wasn't on the list of things that makes business hard when I signed up.
Pandemics aren't covered in that business planning crash course that you went through, right? Oh, man.
So, yeah. So yeah, growing on that here, I do dream of opening a men's store.
Okay.
I think our town needs one.
Yeah.
For our, for
Our fashion forward men.
exactly.
Or the women in their lives that would like their men to be fashion forward.
Absolutely.
Babe, that's you. Yep.
My husband is quick to give me credit when he gets compliments on his
Good.
outfits.
Josh refuses. My husband refuses to let me pick anything out for him, and I'm like,
But we most often we care about how we are dressed and present ourselves. We want our other half to be up to that level
if
with
I go
us.
out in public with him, take him to an event, a fundraiser, something like that.
Yep.
I want him to, match me. I mean, not match me.
No, but coordinate.
Yes.
Totally.
Be at my level.
At that level of style and,
Yes.
100%.
Okay. So we're watching for personal styling and a potential men's store.
Potential men's
Right.
store.
Investors out there.
I was going to say, any good at angel investors?
100%. You never know. There could be somebody watching.
could be.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
there'd be, I think, I've had guys ask me if I'd ever carry men's, if I'd open a men's store.
Yeah.
There's a huge market for it, I think.
Okay. Well, we'll ask for that. If there's any investors out there that want to put men's clothing, high quality men's clothing into Billings, Montana, she's your girl. Let's do it. Where can people find you? What are your hours? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, we're back open 7 days a week, 10 to 6 Monday through Friday, 10 to 5 on Saturdays, and 12 to 4 on Sundays.
Okay.
We're on Instagram, Facebook. We even have a website. You can shop us online.
Ooh, I need to go.
So-
I shouldn't know about that. I'll spend more money.
Yep. Everything
Okay.
online is just a reflection of what's here in the store.
Okay.
There's always more that's in store. We don't always get everything up. Sometimes things don't last long enough to get up online because,
Yeah.
again, we're only buying most often limited quantities of an item, so
Yep.
6 of something, and
Yep. And you carry extra small to extra large?
depending
Right.
on the brands. Yep.
Well, yes,
Yep.
if it's available
Correct.
in those sizes,
Yep.
you're getting them, which I really
Correct.
appreciate. Thank you for
Yeah.
broadening the sizes.
Yes.
It's amazing. And then where are you located?
We are at 2818 2nd Avenue North in downtown Billings.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've got Symphony on this side?
Symphony, which happens to be our landlord,
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because this building was
donated to
donated.
them.
Yeah, I
Yep.
was going to say gifted, donated.
Yeah,
something.
actually, they're great landlords. I love having them next door.
Good. That's awesome. Yay.
So, yeah, anytime I have a problem,
You can just zip
yeah,
right around the
Brad
corner.
comes right over and
Good.
fixed my sink, and
Good job, Brad.
I know, thank you.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to cover?
I think that's it. I'd
Okay.
say just come on in and see us, and we'd be happy to style you.
All right. Thank you. See you guys next time.